Hey, Morgana. Where's Morgana?
Sojiro grabbed Morgana. Or we left her at the house. We left him, not her, him, at the house.
Even if Alibaba turns out to be a criminal, I am not helping anyone of that sort.
Don't tell me. Is this what he was talking about?
What the hell's going on here?
All we can do at the moment is wait for Alibaba's orders.
Your parental authority will have to be suspended. I take it you're okay with that outcome?
What?
A woman was threatening Boss?
Yeah. She was going on about domestic abuse and taking the case to court and stuff.
What's up?
It's nothing. So to summarize what you told us, Futaba is Boss's daughter, and he's abusing her? I don't know him very well. Is he really the kind of person who would do that?
Not at all. No, there's no way. A womanizer,
I would like
yes.
to believe
Abuser,
so as
no.
well, but we don't have any conclusive evidence, do we?
Is it Alibaba?
I've given you a calling card and told you the target's name. You should be ready for this. Why aren't you doing it? I told you I'd help you if you stole her heart. What seems to be the holdup? I also said I'd report your identity to police if you didn't help me. Are you okay with that? I'm serious here.
What a selfish person.
Well, he does have information on us.
Anyways, this Futaba he's talking about have a palace? If so, we'll need keywords to get in. Try messaging him about him.
They're not gonna know this shit. Like, we are presumably some of the only people who know about palaces. There's that one person that, like, has been in other people's palaces. And, like, those are both questions linked to having a palace. Literally asking right out, does she have a palace? And asking her about her keywords to go into her palace. Fuck it, it's easier to answer questions about what is a palace than it is to ask about keywords. Does she have a palace? Palace? What are you talking about? What are you talking about palace for? That has nothing to do with this conversation. Are you just saying random stuff to dodge the issue?
What are we supposed to do about this?
We'd be able to figure out Alibaba's identity if we could just meet with him. Try asking him if there's any way we could meet up.
Fuck, these are so direct. I want to meet you. Meet with me? That will be difficult. I have reasons for not being able to go out. That's why I'm contacting you like this.
He can't go out?
Wait, I got it. You steal people's hearts directly. That might make things difficult. Extremely difficult. One moment. I'm thinking. Okay, it's a shame, but I'm calling this deal off. Stop looking into Futaba Sakura. Forget this ever happened. I won't report you to the police either. Don't worry. Sorry for taking your time. Now, if you'll excuse me... Wait a second. I said the deal's off. We're never going to speak again. Don't expect me to contact you anymore either. Why are you doing this? Can't find the account to send a response to. All I get back is an error message.
Huh? Did he just shut the whole operation down?
Apparently.
This doesn't make any sense.
Yep, I hear ya. Maybe we were too fucking direct.
Not only can Alibaba not go out, but he won't let us meet Futaba either.
Well, it's none of our business now. We can't contact him anymore.
But what do we do about Medjed? We won't be able to get Alibaba to help us with them now.
Maybe they were just pranking us. They made that huge declaration, but they ain't done nothing since. I bet we got them freaked out.
You mean they backed out because they're afraid we'll change their hearts?
Yep. And now it'd just make them look lame if they came out and apologized.
But...
I guess with Alibaba and Medjed out of the picture, can we just say this case is closed?
You do have a point. I guess it is safe for us to relax a little.
Oh yeah, remember Kaneshiro's treasure? Prepare to have your minds blown. We got 150,000 yen out of it.
That's awesome! We can really go all out with that kind of money.
Yeah! Let's make up for what happened at the fireworks festival. I gotta go eat something fitting for the Phantom Thieves' worldwide debut.
Where would be good?
Ooh, how about sushi? I could really go for some eel, too.
The best method is to fill yourself on ginger before beginning to eat sushi. That is my master technique.
You don't need to do that this time. Actually, definitely don't do it, okay?
I love that line delivery. That was just so great. You don't actually have to do that this time. Actually, definitely don't. Just don't fucking do it.
I'm all for sushi. You're okay with that too, right?
Sushi's fine.
Then it's decided.
All right, we'll go tomorrow night.
I wonder if all that Medjed business was just a prank. Now that I think about it calmly, it's strange that they haven't actually done anything yet. If their goal is to target the Phantom Thieves, they should want to be acting now, given our fame. Huh, when you put it that way, it kinda makes me wonder too. Especially after they taunted us theatrically like that. Yes, however, it would be best for us to come up with a countermeasure regardless. For now, though, we should cautiously enjoy the sushi. That is all we can do. Something's not right. I was thinking that too. I can't really put it into words, though. Yusuke is right. I'm sorry for bringing this up on the day before our celebration party, too. Cheer up, Makoto. We'll be eating sushi like kings tomorrow. I hope one person in particular is on their best behavior. I'll refrain from saying who, though. Ryuji. You better not be talking about me. We are.
You seem quite busy, Sai-san. I take it you're stuck in the middle of everything?
The Phantom Thieves made a mockery of us when they brought down Kaneshiro. And to make matters worse, Medjed, who has been dormant for some time now, just declared war on them. How much more can they screw us over?
Stress is bad for the skin, you know.
Did you come all this way simply to be sarcastic?
How about you listen to my deductions for a change of pace? You may think it absurd, but don't you think the case you're pursuing and the actions of the Phantom Thieves overlap somehow?
What are you basing this off of?
The one point of commonality across all cases is how those involved have an unforeseen change of heart.
I've suspected that myself, but those suspicions are unfounded.
I told you at the beginning that this was only a deduction. These just Phantom Thieves are riling up the public. However, that is a disguise. Their true goal is terrorist action by way of psychotic breakdowns. Is that too much?
There's nothing at the moment that falsifies that claim. Have you mentioned this to the police?
I'd never tell them such things. The only value they have to me is in their mobility and organizational capability.
It seems having you lend me a hand has paid off.
I'm glad to hear that. What about your case, Sai-san? Did you learn anything from the guardian of that mental shutdown victim's daughter?
Nothing at all.
I see. Now, what should my next action be for our victory?
Handle the Phantom Thieves without remorse. Use any means necessary to win. That's how I would deal with them.
Very well.
This seems to be fun for you. Are you on to something?
No, not at all. Well then, to our victory.
Man, the flounder is out of this world. That texture.
I don't see any prices listed here.
It's called market price. Don't worry about it, we got the cash.
So good!
Hey, is the fatty tuna ready yet?
Hold your horses. Yeah, don't talk!
By the way, is Boss really the kind of person who would abuse someone?
That again?
I can't get it off my mind. Especially if it means he could be taken to court. What kind of person is he? Do you truly believe he'd do such a thing?
He's pretty strict. No chance. Again, womanizer, not abusive though.
If it's really true about the abuse, he'd be a no-good jerk pretending to be a guardian.
Maybe the chief is the one who needs a change of heart.
Hold on a sec. About that, I actually got curious after our conversation and checked his name in the nav.
Sounds to me like there wasn't a hit.
Right. Anything beyond this is his family's problem. We probably shouldn't get any more involved.
Wait, you think Alibaba could be Boss's ex-wife? He must have cheated on her, and that's where Futaba came from.
Doubtful.
Your imagination has run rampant.
How foolish.
Okay, what if this is like the one theory that Ryuji has that's actually correct? That would be fucking funny.
Still, this is delicious. I've never experienced anything quite like it before.
Man, and it's all thanks to us being the Phantom Thieves.
Dude, you're in a public restaurant. God damn it, keep your voice down. You did this with Makoto, and now you're screaming out in a fucking restaurant.
Crap.
Fantastic! This sushi is delicious!
Yeah! The fish is so fresh.
Everywhere we go, we hear about these phantom thieves.
What rubbish.
Think about where we are, Ryuji.
Sorry, it just kind of slipped.
My apologies for bringing up Boss again. We should just enjoy the food.
Nijima-san, what are you doing here?
Akechi-kun.
Akechi? You're the ones from the TV station. Could it be that you're friends of Nijima-san?
Do you know this guy?
It's nice to meet you. My name is Akechi. Glad to make your acquaintance, Yusuke Kitagawa.
He knows way too much, way too quickly. We gotta be suspicious of Akechi.
How do you know my name?
Well, because I'm a psychic, of course. I'm only joking. In truth, I'm a rookie detective. You're a former pupil of Madarame, right? I have actually just recently joined the investigation team looking into the Phantom Thieves. Did you see that Medjed has declared war on them?
War?
Their website was updated just a moment ago.
For real? English again.
Wait, what?
What's it say?
Huh. Why do you seem so agitated?
Oh,
She's, a huge fan of the Phantom Thieves. A total nutjob for him.
I don't know how wise it is to be a fan of groups like them.
What is with these comments?
My apologies. I didn't mean to butt into your conversation, but I must say, this is an interesting group. Prosecutor Nijima's sister, an ex-pupil of Madarame, and a few Shujin Academy students.
Hey, people who have trauma bond together.
It seems you're all connected to the Phantom Thieves. Perhaps you have better intel than I do. Ah, yes. I wanted to ask you something.
No, you cannot have my leftover sushi.
Regarding this whole Medjed commotion, if you were one of the Phantom Thieves, what would you do?
I don't care.
Unsurprising. I suppose you aren't interested in such gossip.
Sorry to disappoint, but we're just normal high school kids. If anything, we want to hear what you gotta say, Mr. Detective.
My profiling of the Phantom Thieves has led me to believe they are a group of juveniles. They have a relative amount of free time after school and a hideout to slip away to. Furthermore, considering Kamoshida was their first target, it seems they began activity around April. In a way, all I've just said about the Phantom Thieves coincides with the group you have here.
What? You gonna report us?
I didn't say I was being suspicious of you.
I could totally throw Ryuji under the bus. Do I make... Fuck it.
Me? You're siding with him?
I wasn't anticipating that response. You always find a way to rise above my expectations. You really are an intriguing one. I lack your calm mannerisms, but don't you think my deduction is an interesting one? I bet we'd make a great team if we worked together.
What? The hell are you saying?
Well, this has been a valuable point of reference for me. I hope to see you all again.
What was that about?
Do you think he's ascertained our true identities?
Nah, couldn't be. Right?
I'd like to say that it's simply us overthinking this, but it may be best to be cautious from now on. We shouldn't forget that Alibaba was able to discover who we are.
True, but it's not as though he had tangible evidence to prove that discovery. Just keep acting normally.
More importantly, things are getting serious with Medjed.
Oh yeah, what did they write?
Here, I'll read it. We are disappointed in the people of Japan and their belief in the Phantom Thieves' false justice. Hence, we shall proceed with our plan to cleanse Japan. This process will commence on August 21st. As a result, the Japanese economy shall suffer devastating damages.
For real?
Keep going.
However, we are magnanimous. We will give the Phantom Thieves one final opportunity to repent. As proof of this repentance, we demand that they reveal their identities to the public. We will attack if these demands remain unmet. The future of Japan rests with the Phantom Thieves. We are Medjed, we are unseen, we will eliminate evil. That's what it says.
Sounds bad.
Yeah, especially for the Japanese economy, guys. Like, what the fuck? Why isn't this like a national thing? Someone is literally threatening the Japanese economy and they're doing nothing about it.
In other words, if we don't unmask ourselves, Medjed will attack Japan, correct? And it seems they are quite the attention seekers.
What are we gonna do about this?
If only we could get in contact with Alibaba.
Our only clues are Boss and Futaba. Anyways, it's too damn hot out here. Why don't we go to LeBlanc? We can talk more over there. We went through all sorts of options on our way here, but looks like we got no choice but to ask for Alibaba's help.
Question is, how do we get in touch with him?
He cut off all contact with us after that misunderstanding. Then again, if we manage to steal Futaba's heart, he may attempt to reach out to us once more.
But we don't have any clues on what her keywords are.
Damn it, Alibaba! Where the hell are you?
Actually, he may be closer than we think.
Huh?
Hypothetically speaking, even if we stole Futaba's heart, how would Alibaba know that the deed has been done? Would he truly be able to discern that just from cell phone messages?
You mean he'd have to meet her in person?
Alibaba was able to deliver the calling card here. On top of that, he can check on Futaba's condition. However, according to the circumstances he put forth, he's unable to meet with us. This leads me to believe that it would be bad for him if we were to see the two of them together. It seems to me Alibaba may in fact be Futaba herself.
Yeah, I didn't want to give that away. It's kind of one of those things where you have ADHD, very good at pattern recognition, and that was a pattern that I saw. It's like, yeah, Alibaba's Futaba.
For real?
So she's asking that we steal her own heart?
Maybe she wants us to save her from the scars of her abuse. That would be hard to ask directly.
And it was a conversation with, in the conversation with Sei and Akechi, they mentioned that she's investigating like a mental shutdown person. So I guess Futaba knows that her heart has been messed with, her cognition has been changed, and so wants us to fix it. That could be a possibility.
I'd like to meet with Boss. He lives nearby, right?
I know where his house is.
I agree. It's real late, though. What are we gonna tell Boss when we get there?
We'll say this takeout sushi is a gift for him.
But my fatty tuna!
No complaining.
Let's all go together. Boss may get the wrong idea if he and I show up alone. Nobody's answering. But the lights are on.
Think she's napping?
Even Boss would have woken up with how many times we've rung this doorbell.
I would think Futaba would have answered by now if she were here too.
Ah, the gate is unlocked.
Stuff for Yuji. Ha! We didn't try the door though. It's unlocked. It's like the D&D bit where like, just move the doorknob. It's unlocked. It's not trapped. Just go forward.
Dude, you can't go opening other people's stuff like that.
But look, the door seems to be slightly open as well.
Hey, we were just making sure they were all right. It's not technically trespassing if we're doing a welfare check, right?
I wonder why. That's rather careless.
Whoa. It sounds like it's going to rain. We should get inside.
Do you think that's okay?
I don't know.
Probably.
My apologies, boss. Hello, sir? He's not out, is he? The door ahead is open, and I can hear the TV.
Well, from like the conversations that I hear with Sojiro on the phone, he goes out a lot with women. So he's probably out on a date.
Hope he didn't pass out or something. I mean, Boss is kind of old, ain't he?
He's not that old.
I'm a bit worried. Should we go in and check on him?
Please excuse us.
Scream? What was that?
I thought that was on.
How should I know?
Did you hear that? Let's get out of here, please! Can we just go?
What are you freaking out for?
I'm not freaking out!
Could it be Alibaba? I mean, Futaba?
Sorry, can I hold your hand?
I can sense someone's presence.
Oh, that's an ominous at all, Yusuke.
Who's there? I can't take this anymore. I'm leaving. No, my legs won't move.
That was the greatest pan ever.
Alibaba! Futaba! Hey, come on. Where are you? You're a hacker, right? Just show yourself. I'm sorry. Please save me, sis.
Are you okay, Futaba?
Crap, he's home!
Who the hell are you? Don't move! You hear me?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, sis. Somebody please save me.
You? What are you doing in my house? You're...
Oh, good evening, sir. We didn't mean to intrude.
Nijima-san. Wait, are you two dating?
We're just friends.
Friends nowadays get that close to each other?
But that's not it. This, things happened and...
I love this so much.
You kids are here too?
We brought you some sushi, but nobody answered when we rang the bell. The door was unlocked too. We could hear the TV though, so we got worried he might have passed out or something.
The door was unlocked?
Yes.
I do that sometimes. Guess I'm getting old.
Excuse me. There's something we'd like to ask.
Huh? You want to ask me?
There's someone else living here, isn't there?
Yeah. My daughter.
Could she be Futaba Sakura?
You told Nijima-san too?
Is there any way we could meet with Futaba-san? I think we may have frightened her earlier, so we'd like to apologize if at all possible.
Well, that's...
Is she sick?
No, it's not like that. I don't want you all getting the wrong idea. I shouldn't have kept this a secret from you. Let's talk at my shop. She'll hear us if we stay here. Now, where do I start? Futaba's mother and I knew each other long before Futaba was born.
Dude, this is like a wedlock situation, isn't it? Sojiro was a player. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. He was a player.
Her mother was a bit of a weird one, but we got along well for some reason. She was sharp-witted, somewhat stern, a little socially inept, but always carefree. She truly was a great woman.
I see.
When something piqued her interest, that'd be all she focused on. She always worked deep into the night. I thought that'd change after her kid was born. But having Futaba didn't do much. Even with that, she always took good care of her.
Working and watching over a child at the same time sounds rough.
I guess raising Futaba alone turned out to be tough on her in more ways than one.
What about her father? Aren't you her father?
There wasn't a father.
Do you mean...
Well, there probably was one. I didn't know him, though. She never said a word about him either.
Okay, so I'm wrong about Sojiro being a player then. He's just a good guy who married a woman who had a kid already.
She was single when she gave birth to Futaba, and single when she raised her. They were an ordinary, loving family. You could really tell how much she cared for Futaba. But one day, she left, leaving Futaba behind.
Okay, so like adopted daughter, I guess, then. This is really confusing. Why did you call her your daughter? Like, I'm confused. So you adopted Futaba. Your story's going all over the place here, man. Did she die?
Yes. She committed suicide.
Ah, fuck. Why'd I ask that?
Suicide?
Threw herself into the street, right in front of Futaba's eyes.
Shocking doesn't begin to describe that.
It's gotta be devastating for a kid.
So... Well, a lot happened after that, but I ended up taking custody of Futaba. First, she was so depressed, she wouldn't even talk to me.
Was that because she couldn't get over her mother's suicide?
I kept talking to her, though, and she started opening up to me, little by little. That's when I found out. Futaba blames herself for her mother's death.
What? But why?
That part she's never told me. I wanted to know what led her to believing that, but I decided not to rub salt in the wound. Then, a few months ago, she started getting real scared, even when nothing was happening. She'd say things like, "I hear voices," and "Mom is looking at me."
Visual and auditory hallucinations. Have you taken Futaba to a doctor?
I wanted to, but she refused. Even when I had a doctor come, she locked herself away in her room. Since then, she's become what you'd call a shut-in. She won't take a single step outside the house, or even try to see other people.
What about you?
She doesn't even let me come in her room.
That's pretty harsh.
Futaba is, well, a unique girl. She's so quick-minded that conversations with her tend to jump from one topic to the next. It seems like she's always coming to conclusions in her head. There's a lot I don't get about her. So, yeah, her situation is why I couldn't let you in my house.
I wish there was a third option that I could be a little bit snarky. Like, you could have at least cleaned better before I came. I understand, but you could have cleaned better. I understand.
What Futaba needs is a safe place where nobody will threaten her. Somewhere she can be at ease. That's why I won't do anything she doesn't want. I don't make her do anything she's unwilling to, either. And again, I know that's no way for her to live. It's all I can do, though.
Is that what does Futaba want? And is that what... Because, like, he wants Futaba to be happy and to be, like, a functioning member of society, I guess you would say. Or, like, I don't want to say extroverted. He wants her to be happy with people and her place in the world. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm trying to say. But I have no idea what Futaba wants, and if she's happy being in her room, being a shut-in. Because, like, there's people like me. I'm very fine being a shut-in. Yes, there are points in time where I will be very extroverted, and then my introvert comes out, and I just want to go home. So Futaba could be like me, and if you push her to be extroverted, it will do more harm to her. I'm gonna say, what does Futaba want?
I don't know. She just asks me for things that she wants, like food or these complicated books. Well, that's that. So, can you just leave her be? I'm gonna head back then. You all had better head home soon, too.
I feel awful for prying into his personal affairs.
No way in hell he's abusing her.
The reason why Futaba wants her heart stolen must be related to what happened to her mother.
So she'd like to discard her feelings of pain, but can't do anything about it herself.
Will changing her heart really help her, though?
If we can help her, we may be able to stand up to Medjed.
Okay, my theory is, like, Futaba is a member of Medjed or Medjed itself. Like, we've constantly said, like, it's a group of people, but it honestly could just be Futaba making herself appear to be multiple people. We don't, oh no, but all their messages are in English, so that throws off my theory. So she may be a member of Medjed, and she has some form of communication within it. It's possible.
Hold on a sec. Do we even know if she has a palace? Let's check. The Futaba Sakura that lives at Sojiro Sakura's house. Is that gonna be enough?
Candidate found.
She has a palace.
She's got one.
So someone can have a palace even if they're not evil? Hey, Morgana. Where's Morgana?
Sojiro grabbed Morgana. Or we left her at the house. We left him, not her, him, at the house.
I haven't seen him for some time.
So, ever since we went inside Boss's house?
Somewhere around there. He'll be fine, though. He's a cat after all. The trains are gonna be shutting down for the night soon, so we should probably be heading home.
We have to go to school in the morning after all.
Oh, right. The urgent assembly.
An assembly? What about?
Shujin has been garnering a lot of attention ever since Medjed called out the Phantom Thieves. So they need to remind us not to say arbitrary stuff online and add more fuel to the fire.
We gotta meet up for every goddamn little thing. Talk about a pain in the ass.
I mean, it is our fault.
Anyway, let's contact each other afterward.
No way in hell he's abusing her.
The reason why Futaba wants her heart stolen must be related to what happened to her mother.
So she'd like to discard her feelings of pain, but can't do anything about it herself.
Will changing her heart really help her, though?
If we can help her, we may be able to stand up to Medjed.
Hold on a sec. Do we even know if she has a palace? Let's check. The Futaba Sakura that lives at Sojiro Sakura's house. Is that gonna be enough?
What the?
She's got one.
So someone can have a palace even if they're not evil? Hey, Morgana.
Were you just going to go to sleep without even wondering where I was?
Hey, I wondered about you. where you were multiple times. I just read off some dialogue that said, I wonder where Morgana is. I was wondering where you were. Fucking asshole.
I take it the chief told you about Futaba, and then you guys disbanded in relief for now?
Where were you?
You can't underestimate my intel gathering skills, you know. I was checking out the chief's house. I didn't think our Alibaba would be so young.
What was she like?
She had long hair and a pretty young-sounding voice. Well, I say young, but I think she's probably about the same age as you guys. At the very least, she's surely no amateur. She completely overheard your conversation with the chief. And she can hack into our chats, too. Even if she can't take Medjed down directly, she might have some kind of lead on them.
Just who is she?
In any case, we'll need to rely on Futaba to get closer to Medjed. Let's meet up again tomorrow. How about we do it in here? It's way too hot outside. Anyway, make sure you let everyone know.
Futaba Sakura? She had one of these palaces? Hold on. While Medjed was targeting you, you chose to deal with someone completely unrelated to them?
Are you surprised?
That should be obvious. I mean, Medjed was... What you said about the Sakura family generally falls in line with our investigation. It appears you aren't feeding us a false testimony.
Finally listening.
If you're lucid enough for jabs, you can get back to your story. It's still unclear to us as to how the Phantom Thieves dealt with Medjed since their identity is unknown. If you tell me something coherent, I may be a little more willing to believe you.
It seems Nijima is starting to seriously listen to what I have to say.
Still, to think the Phantom Thieves would have their hideout in the home of Wakaba Ishiki's daughter. What a coincidence. No. Perhaps it's fate. Regardless, we don't have time to waste. Continue with your story.
Man, that assembly had me bored to tears.
Hey, they're eating Big Bang Burger.
Huh? Did you have school too, Yusuke?
I'm doing laundry, so these are the only clothes I had to wear.
You really should buy a couple more outfits.
Come now, we didn't gather here to make small talk, now did we? Let's get to Alibaba's case.
Well then, I'll start. It looks like Futaba was listening in on LeBlanc.
But why would she want to listen in on the cafe?
I have no idea.
Probably to keep connected with her adopted father, even though, because she doesn't like seeing him face to face. It's like, you can make any, like, rational explanation for weird actions based off of connection, human connection, really.
It's just like Boss said. She's a tough nut to crack.
In any case, her hacking skills will be absolutely necessary if we wish to stand up to Medjed. Going by what she has told us, we may even be able to identify who they are.
We'll have to trust in her skills for now, then.
Anyway, we found out that Futaba has a palace. But can someone who isn't evil have one?
That doesn't matter. A palace is the materialization of distorted cognitions brought about by strong desires. That's all. It just so happens that a lot of warped people turn out evil.
She's so young, though. Pain she's gone through must be the cause of her distortion.
Maybe that has something to do with why she calls herself Alibaba.
According to the chief's story, Futaba has auditory and visual hallucinations, right? There's a chance those are related to some important memories she's holding. It's hard to explain, but those memories may have been warped by the distortions.
Basically, we just gotta steal her treasure, right?
Well, yeah.
So do we all agree about taking on Futaba's palace?
She's asked us to do so. I don't think that part is an issue. If we heal Futaba's heart, it will not only help Boss, but she can then assist us with Medjed.
I agree.
I've been wondering about how Boss said a lot happened after Futaba's mom died too.
Hold on a second. Our investigation of her palace may not go like anything we've done up to this point.
Why's that?
Having an individual ask you to steal their heart is an extremely irregular case. There's no telling what the palace ruler's disposition will be like, or the distortion that'll be there. We may run into some unforeseen situations. Do you still want to go in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. Let's just make sure we're cautious.
Well, let's get cracking on those keywords, huh?
The ones we have at the moment are Futaba Sakura and Sojiro Sakura's house.
We got the who and the where, so all that's left is the what, right?
Let us try going to their house first.
Boss is busy running the cafe, isn't he? We should make sure he doesn't suspect anything.
I don't think sneaking into his house is a good idea. We tried that once before. It did not go well. You two freaked out, specifically Makoto and An, and Sojiro started thinking things about me and Makoto.
Important memories, huh? I'll be able to remember everything if I turn back into a human, right?
I hope so.
That has to be the case. I definitely want this mission to succeed. If we can retrieve Futaba's memories, then I bet we can get mine back too. In any case, it's not every day you stumble upon a hacker like her around. You really do have a gift, don't you?
Who knows?
You sure live up to my expectations.
I can sense a firm resolve from Morgana.
Hey, they went on without us. Let's hurry and catch up to them.
It's a desert.
Don't just stand there, say something! It's your fault! Murderer!
That's right. I did it.
What?
I am the one who killed my mother.
Not again!